Hello folks, how are you doing? Sean is an addict. I'm addicted to fun. Factory construction. Hello, how is everyone? So we streamed this yesterday. We made a few fun changes to the factory. We did a lot of exploring and did some research of the hard drives to get ourselves some better recipes. And I didn't add all that much, just all this stuff over here. So we got quartz being turned into quartz crystals. How nice. And also big bags of silica, which are neat. And then over here, we have very large amounts of quickwire being made. So we've got nearly 1 box of it. There we go, lovely. Oh, and this belt should be backed up by now. 'Tis indeed. Look at that. I wonder if we've got access to more Caterium, like nearby. I swear I can. It sounds like they recorded the ambient audio at a monastery or like a swimming pool or something, because there's definitely voices in the background. Ah. That's interesting. That one. So only most of the way to the oil. There's another one. That one looks like a pain to get to. Let's go check out this Caterium over here, because I think we're going to need more of it. And we already run a pipeline across that bit of desert, so it wouldn't be hard to run another line for the Caterium. It's the invisible alien monks. Maybe that's what the slugs sound like when you're far away. They do chants. So we've still got a lot of nodes not being utilized. You just see slugs still around over here. So it looks like it's just on this ledge here. Which is alright, isn't it? That's not too far. I mean, it's there when we need it. The slug religion revolves around praying Sean doesn't see. Oh shit. I thought I equipped my jetpack, so it just leapt off to nothing. In my headcanon, the slugs, the height of their religion is to be turned into a power shard and put into a machine. That's what it's all about for them. Yeah, it is just up here. It's really not so bad. Ooh, it's pure as well. We got a pure node. Fancy. Leave that for later. Any other convenient colonial fictions you want to share, Sean? All of the resources sprouting out of the ground are actually polluting the planet. So by turning it into stuff and then siphoning it off world, I'm actually helping to clean up the ecosystem. What do you do when the resources run out? They don't run out in this. Like, the nodes are infinite, but you're capped by how much you can output from each one at a time, or how many you can get hooked up to the network. Like, there's a certain amount of oil nodes on the map that can output a certain amount of oil, so that's like the max you can do. Impure iron. You can still get a fair amount out of that if you get a Mark... Like, we can get Mark 3 miners, can't we? And overclock them. The wildlife are naturally born with too many organs. Yeah, so, yeah, we have to siphon a few off, clearly. Let's just make sure everything's going to stay on here. We're still running out of plastic, but we can get a lot of plastic very quickly by just turning that belt off. Alright, so we're making heavy modular frames, which is nice. We got the one machine running at 100%. And we're backing up on that stuff, which is nice, because this is what we're using for belts now, primarily. That and this stuff, the steel beams. So I'm glad we found that other Caterium mob, because I feel like we're going to need more in future. Are you going to play Galactic Battlegrounds again soon? I've been playing a lot of Age of Empires 2 with Cav. Now, what we could do here is have a think. We could just set up another one of these as needed, right? Like, I don't know. I need some cables and pipes just to look at our available recipes here. But we can set up a lot more Caterium production relatively easily because we've got a pure node hanging out up there. So if we want to do computers, the first thing we need is circuit boards. Now I'm thinking we make Caterium circuit boards because we have a lot of Caterium. Right? We've got a lot and we can make a lot more. So we're not actually drawing from anything else. It's that or silicon, but I think the Caterium's better. And then we've got this crystal computer, right? Which doesn't need to be made in a manufacturer. Which is interesting, isn't it? It's only made out of 2 resources. And it's just circuit boards which we can make out of Caterium and plastic if we belt it over. And crystal oscillators. Sean, you still going? No, I've been going for 14 minutes. Alright, so crystal oscillators are that which we have there. So what we'd have to do is belt cable, reinforced iron plates, well, hang on. Rather than belting a bunch of stuff over here, it would be easier to just... oh, I don't know. See, that makes 1 part per minute on the crystal oscillators. This feels weird, this. And then that uses 2.8, so we'd need at least 3 crystal oscillator machines up and running, wouldn't we? We've got that, we've got the cable, we've got the reinforced iron plates. I think we need 7.5, so let's go and take a look at our options up there. 7.5. Each one of these uses 3 per minute, so that's 9, 18. So we need 25.5. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, making 4.2, so we've got 42 and we need 25. So we're sorted then. We have more than enough for these reinforced iron plates. So we don't have to worry about those. So for the crystal oscillators then, it's weird these are made out of 3 things. I think we'll set up 4 manufacturers on a level above this. Making oscillators, and then we'll hook up all the inputs and just have crystal oscillators, and then we'll re-figure out what to do after that. Whee. $42. Oh god. I want to do another just response video to someone. They're just always fun and easy to make. We've got to go get some concrete first, though. Morning, Diana Jack. That's a new thing they added. You can now middle mouse click in order to select a building when you're looking at it in build or deconstruct mode, which is handy. Little quality of life things like that. I hear Bloomberg did very poorly in the debates. Ha 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 ha. Understatement. Oh, I can't bear to watch. Why was he even in the debate? Get rid of him. Rich people who have never been told that they suck. Can't believe we didn't bring enough concrete. We had hundreds. Oh, it's expensive to make a factory, isn't it? Billionaires really need not to exist. My country's president has a romance with someone whose Twitter handle is to roughly translate to forest fuck monster. It's a good handle. Alright. Caterium computer. Maybe we could make the computers out of Caterium as well, though. What would be best? I mean, I'm thinking I might want to do that, you know. Caterium computers. And then we wouldn't fucking need crystal oscillators, would we? See, now what I'm thinking is, we put in another 10 by 10 on the other side of this. And we put the Caterium smelting on there. Then we put quick wire manufacturing on here. and above we start producing stuff out of that Caterium. Ow. I mean, that would mean stripping all of this out, even though we just put it in yesterday. I'm not going to do the refinery thing, you know, where we use water to get more of it. But we're going to need more smelting space if we bring over that from over there. Let's work on that. Like, properly set up Caterium. So we're going to need to expand here. We'll run the belt over first. Which means getting pretty much all of our encased steel beams. Yeah. Let's grab as much as we can for now. What else is conceivable that we will need here? We're going to need 2 portable miners. And the overclockers. Right? Let's just put some stuff we're not likely to use in here. Grab our overclockers and make 2 of these. How can you stand on a smelter's smokestack safely? We're wearing heat-resistant gear, I imagine. Yeah, we get proper Caterium on the go. Then we craft it all into Quickwire, which is going to be a little bit of a logistical nightmare given that we can only run a certain amount down each belt. We'll have to feed into 1 box via 2 of our fastest belts. But if we make circuit boards, and Caterium computers, everything will be all nicely like sectioned away over there. We'll just have to run plastic over basically. We can only just about make that. I'm missing modular frames. I don't believe it. I don't have goddamn modular frames. Why didn't I look? Why didn't I check? I can make 10 though, thank God. Now we're not going to have enough iron rods to run it across the desert. Ah, well, we can get set up and come back. We're going to have to come back anyway to put the power in. Right, so 240 a minute. That'll be 480 a minute. Which is exactly filling a Mark IV belt, which is handy. That's a relatively steep drop. All that floor is too steep though. What if we cheat a little? Just gotta run it over at max height like that. So we're going to have enough of these encased beams, I think, but... Okay, so we're aiming like right here, aren't we? Towards the right of that arch. So much quick wire. And there were other quick wire things around as well. What if we just like lean on it? You don't think this conveyor belt's too long? I don't know what the max distance is on them. Do they work? If you belted something across the entire map, would it work? It's just, it works out a lot easier for stuff that isn't absolutely ridiculous distances away. Like this one isn't so bad. I mean, I'm probably going to have to put a train in for like maybe uranium. So I want to aim to the left of that miner now, don't I? Possibly uranium, possibly bauxite. This conveyor belt isn't as long as my oil pipeline though, so I know stuff works over that distance. Just putting them in like this is easier than putting them in on the stacky poles like I usually use. You don't have to judge out each distance. Alright, so we leave it there for now. In fact, let's run power over. Which we're not gonna have enough rods to do, are we? 15, let's see. The world's longest conveyor belt that goes through a desert and is visible from space? What, seriously? Wouldn't sand get all in the stuff? It has a roof. Oh, I see. Nine. I think we'll make it. Need to remember to grab some more rods when we're back though. Wonder if that one would reach up top. No, wire's too long. Oh, good lord. So, if we have 480 out of this one and 240 out of the other one, then how many smelters are we going to be using? And balancing this might be difficult. I feel like I'm going to make that. There we go. Why is too long? We can reach that. There we go. Nice. It's a full Mark IV belt of Caterium ore. The long belts cause lag. I'm not really sure. The factory causes a little bit of lag, but it's really improved over earlier builds. Nice. It's a shame to deconstruct this after having just put it in, but we do need more space. I didn't realize how much I was going to be relying on Caterium here. So I'm going to switch off the input first, but then I'll let the rest of it pile up in those boxes. We need to move this again. It's unfortunate, isn't it? Constantly moving that pipe. Just put it on the edge here or something. Probably be safe just leaving a one wide gap. I don't know. Sekiro's taking a break from Sean. Couldn't keep up with his lightning pace. Indeed. I'm giving it a break, basically. Yeah, I'm putting this really close together. Not much is going to have to be moved between this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That works, right? Yeah. And need to get more concrete again. And then we need to do some calculations. That thing I tweeted about the guy with the the guy with the Doctor Who web series, that really happened. And it was really weird hearing someone talk about a project like that, but describe it in terms of funding and quarters and outreach and so on. It's like, dude, it's just a Doctor Who web series. I mean, if it gets really big, you'll be sued. You don't want this to go big. You're saying most things in your tweets didn't happen. No, almost everything happened nearly truthfully. Often I change little details in order to fit things into the format of a tweet. Or just lie. Sometimes I just lie. But that one really did happen. Why wouldn't a web series be... Well, if it was of a licensed property, if they were looking to earn any money off it, wouldn't that be illegal? Or is Doctor Who one of those fan ones where it's like, oh, we love fan creations and won't sue you? copyright makes no sense indeed. I just don't think you could sell anything. Usually, a lot of the time, places don't even like fans messing about with stuff like that. Because even if you're not profiting directly, you're using up storylines that if they then do something too similar, you can sue them. Like, you'd be able to sue them for ripping off your idea. So a lot of places just crack down on that stuff. Don't like it when the pillar bases stick out of the ground. So, there we go. Whee! Alright. It's time for the best part of the Satisfactory streams. I can't believe these things are still outputting. What the hell? It is the mathematics. So, we have 480 plus 240, which is 720 Caterium ingots. Well, Caterium ore, which is being made into ingots at 45 per minute. So we go divided by 45 equals 16 smelters we need. That's 16 on the whole, though. T divided by now, what we want to do there, of course, is we have two input belts that we need to split to 4 and balance, because right now, how would that work? So each one has 180 on, basically. Hello, Ferk. Tigeric summoned Ferk there, I think. Okay. I mean, if we split this one to 2, that's 240 on each belt. That's not even true, because we've got 270 on that belt over there. I know we do, but it's just easier if it works out like this. The problem is we need very slightly more than 10 to deal with this. So we'd need to feed 11 with that and like 5 with the other belt in order for that to make it work, which is weird. What if we just put in 20 smelters? We'd just do 2 rows of 10. And then we just feed it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, so like here. All right, we need many more rods. you could build a belt balancer. Yeah, but it's so much work for what is going to be a fraction of one smelter, you know? I could just run the thing in. I'm going to have to build a fucking belt balancer, aren't I? Jesus. This gets worse and worse. Just in case we hook any future Caterium up to it. You know, I should... Fine. This thing's spiraled from a Caterium platform to a manufacturing platform, a smelting platform, and a belt balancer. Where are we going to put this then? We could put it down below. Tuck it away underneath. Run this belt over to there. So we got them both in the same area. I might just do a little, like, a little 5x3 here or something. I can hear screams in the distance. Yeah, that'll do. We'll just put it here. It'll scale well in future. Again, we need more concrete though. Good lord. So, how are we going to balance those two belts? We're going to pretend one has 240 resources on it, even though it doesn't, just for purposes of mathematics here, you know. Albania has an average of 5.7 bunkers per square kilometre. That's an interesting fact. Oh. I'm not wearing my jetpack. There we go. So we got a little belt balancer platform. So if we're going to have 4 rows of 5 smelters for the Caterium, then we need 4 belts that are balanced. Right now we have 2 unbalanced belts. So we just split each one in half. And then connect it up to 2, right? That's a relatively easy balance, I think. Could just connect that up, couldn't I? Fuck it. There we go. We need a Mark III. Fuck. I wish you could reverse the direction on these. Twitter is hell. I like Twitter. You gotta put a little bit of belt leading off it. Okay, so we split each one. Just going to use fast belts from here on out. Oh, I should probably use these for this one, just so I don't get confused, right? So that's split into 2 and does that. And this one likewise gets split into 2 and does this. I'm also going to put this going into this side like that. So now each one of these is split into 240. Each one of these is split into 120. Which means we have 360 now on each of these belts. I think. I'm completely not sure. We need to look at manufacturers here as well. Constructors even, right. So if this is making quick wire, it outputs 60. So the most that we can get onto one belt is the output of 8 machines. So we need to do something. Fuck. We need to do a thing. Okay, plan. Hang on. We haven't actually counted how much we've got, right? So oh, we have done that. We have 720. Hang on. We need smelters first. I'm doing it the wrong way round, like a fool. Okay, so 16 machines. And then what they output is, it doesn't matter, does it? So we just run 8 off each one. We just do 2 rows of 8 like this. So now this is the tricky bit. We do a splitter, and then another one. And the same again for everyone. Oh, well, that ain't good. The game crashed. An Unreal process has crashed. Well, let's hope we didn't lose too much progress there, or I'll cry. Oh no, I think that's the first ever absolute crash I've had while playing this game. Alright. I don't want to do all that mathematics again. Right. Oh. So the starter building the balancer again. I've got to re-put the smelters in now. Well, alright. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. Please don't crash again once I've put all these machines in. One extra one here. This will get us to the point where so splitter, splitter. This is what I was doing last time when it crashed. Splitter. I have to put a break in. These extra 2 on the edge here. Caterium. So 45 ore a minute means we can use these wonderful level 1 conveyor belts, which are my favourite type of conveyor belt. I like seeing stuff move around the factory and not just flying by. Oh, it's going to be so much easier to hook the power up now we've got those level 2 power poles. I'm so happy. I'm going to save once I've built this, in case there's another random crash. There we go, so that's 20 smelters for 16 smelters worth of stuff. So there's still space to expand if we need to. Right. Not everything has to be about making money. Unfortunately, everything has to be about making money, or the whole system grinds to a halt. Okay. Nice. That's the ore hooked up and hopefully balanced. Very good. All these things have stopped doing anything now. We need to re-put these in again because we're going to have to do a bunch of rebalancing. Makes this a lot easier. Is there much balancing? Not really. I mean, I just hate doing it. So even splitting 2 belts to 2 other belts is a big pain in the arse for me, despite it being mathematically very simple. Nearly done. And then we just need to have enough space to balance around. Also having those big boxes full of crap. Hang on. Probably 2 of these boxes aren't even in use, right? Let's just quietly trash that much Caterium. No one shouts at me for that. And we can put the other overflow boxes somewhere better. Alright, good. Clear. I actually like them a little higher up, the wires. Balance, but this is, oh god, I'm losing my mind. I can't even talk anymore. Balance isn't like a more important in Factorio. Yeah. I was really good at every aspect of Factorio. No one ever got mad at me. Let's put in level 2 power pole. Which rule? I like them so much. Alright, excellent. So this should be eating that whole line. We need to do a little more mathematics, because not all of these will be running at full pelt. Like, I think we worked out that we had 16, right? So 720 divided by 16 exactly, so by 2 is, we've got 8 smelters worth of output on each side, even though we actually have 10 smelters on each side. Which means 8 by 15 is 120 Caterium ingots per minute. So 60 on each side. Makes sense. I'm just going to very briefly save. There we go. I name all of my saves very rude words, which is why I had to flick off stream for a second there. 1 belt's more than 240. Yeah, I'm choosing to ignore the extra 30, which means there's actually an extra 15 going down each side. But that's like, you know, it doesn't even add up to an extra ingot really, so I'm not going to worry about it. I've completely forgotten all the maths I just did. So there's 8 on each side. I did something wrong there, didn't I? Because 8 on each side is 120 per side, but then I divided it by 2 to get 60 per side, and it's not. It's 120 per side. We have 240 ingots a minute. Okay. So we have 240 ingots per minute. Now then, what do we do with that? If we're making quick wire, okay, so we need 20 of these, so a line of 10 for each one, but that would output 600 quick wire, which means we would not be able to belt it all. Which means what we really need to do is split all of these in half, so we have 4 inputs coming into here, and have 4 rows of 5 that each output to their own individual belt. And store in 2 different storage boxes. Alright. We need 4 rows of 5 inputs and 2 different storage boxes. Is that possible to do? I don't think it is possible to do. We might need to do 2 levels of this. Because this is a small, this isn't a 10 by 10 either, this is a 10 by 8 platform. Let's just void all of this while we have a think. I mean, it's conceivably doable, right? It might actually be doable. We'll just have to really squash stuff together. Let's try and put 1 row in, and if we can get 1 row in, then we'll have them. So the first thing we'll need on the edge is a merger. Going this way. And we need the constructor facing into that. We can get these closer together, but I'm going to see if we can do it without. Then the next thing we need is a splitter, but we need enough space for the splitter to be fed by another one that's above it. Which means 1 more further out than this. Yeah, okay, so that works. Then we need to put this constructor the same distance away, which actually looks a little too far. So let's try 2 pips. Yeah, 2 clicks away. Now, the problem with the merger on the middle is that it couldn't accept that much, right? So what we need to do is have a merger that could be fed like that, which that can be. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is tough. At least we got the smelters sorted. The sink does not accept nuclear waste. Boo. I mean, that would trivialize it a little, of course. So we've got 120 aside, which means each one can feed 10, which means 600 quick-wire a minute, which means we can't get it down the belt. That's the problem. However, we can get 8 down the belt. 8 machines. So what if we rebalance that to 3? No, that wouldn't make sense. I mean, if we did 3 lines of 7, that would work, wouldn't it? Three lines of 7 would work. Let's see if we can fit in 3 lines of 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, not really. That's the thing. You know what, though? I mean, if we nudged, we wouldn't have to make this platform bigger if we went halfway between each one. Right? I think we did that. It's possible. We're doing it. It's going to be really tough. But we're going to squeeze this in here. We have enough space this way. just about get round the sides now. Alright, so they can be level 1 in and out. Nice. Oop. Railings. And we want to send stuff up this end, right? We just have a big storage area down the other end. And then what's our output going to be? 20 lots of 60. That's a lot of quick wire per minute. Why does H-bomb keep on failing the winter home scenario or whatever it's called? What's he doing wrong? Now I have to split these 2 to 3 as well, but we've got enough space for another balancer over there. Is that far enough? It is indeed. Probably a little too far. Could we do it closer? So from touching, let's go like this. Nice. He's not raging hard enough at the game for losing. Ah, then he's lost twice. We need to go and get some more plates. Probably more cable too, right? Yeah, a little bit. Doesn't Ninja just play Fortnite? What the fuck is he talking about? I guess we can put in the rest of the machines before we have to start worrying. Stuff just gets increasingly complicated as you go forward in this game, and I start running into the limits of my abilities as a factory planner. I feel like this is kind of overkill, to be honest. Like, going for using absolutely every bit of Caterium that we're bringing in, like making it all into Quickwire. Hey, we've actually got, we're going to have an extra machine on here, which is going to take care of that extra stuff that we're making as well. That's nice. So we'll have like an extra little bit of Quickwire every so often as a treat. So they output to the top row here. Every game should have a scenery mode, accessibility options, and easy difficulty. Yeah, like, I just don't care about it personally. Like, say a game that's, you know, where the difficulty is kind of the point, and it's very punishing and rewarding when you finally beat something that's very difficult, like Sekiro, say. That's how I'd play it, because that's how I want to play it. If someone else wants to play it where they go through and want it, kill everything in cheat mode, just to see what the game has to offer, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't impact me. Who's complaining about that? People with no self-control who wouldn't be able to not turn it on. Sekiro. I mean, they put a hard mode in, didn't they? The bell demon. There should be an easy bell that makes the game easier. Okay, so issue. We have 2 rows of outputs here and 3 rows of inputs. Wait, hang on. Yes, we do. We have 3 rows of inputs. Or we will have, once I actually put the splitters in here. Which means we need to do some more balancing. What a pain. I need some more level 1 plates. Okay. Right. Oh, hang on. We've actually got more outputs than that. There's a reason. No, hang on. That doesn't make any sense. The smelters only output 15 each, don't they? Ah, idea. So how many have we got here? Let's call it 20, even though we don't actually have 20 belts worth of stuff. So 20 by 15 is 300. Crap. But we know that we only have... Oh, I've fucking forgotten. Alright. So 120 plus 240.
Hello there.
60.
How's it going?
Thank you very much, Sand 7. It's going okay. Struggling here a little bit. Okay, so we have 720 ore. So divided by 45 is 16. Multiplied by 15 equals 240. That's how many Caterium ingots we have, which goes down one belt, which means we can feed all of these machines onto one belt and then just split it 3 ways with a splitter. Which makes this very easy to balance, because we just... do merge to one belt, split to 3. Oh, thank God for that. That's easy. I thought I'd have to design some big thing there, but nope. Nope. I do, however, need more plates. Whee. We're still only using a very small amount of the rods and plates thing we put in, which is nice. That's going to scale up well. This should just go across to here now, shouldn't it? Ah, this factory's really spiraling. I could definitely merge all these onto the one belt. Just imagine how satisfying this will be once they're all in, though. It's weird how depression destroys your ability to concentrate. Indeed. I was so happy when I read that depression fucks with your memory and makes it hard to remember things as well. It's like, oh, thank God I'm not losing my mind. I'm just depressed. Which, you know, similar. But I thought I was going senile or something. Here's where I spent forever balancing this all perfectly to turn it all into as much quick wire as possible, as quickly as possible. and then it turns out we need it for something else as well. There we go. Wonderful. Nice. So these are all on. Now we just have to figure out how to... Like, we can't merge all this stuff to one belt. It's the big problem. And then quick wire storage can be down here. Feeding in an entire belt of quick wire into this. Oh, hey, we got 8 coupons. Nice. Okay, so my idea is to just have 2 separate storage areas, one of each fed by one belt and also half of the other one, and that way we never have to worry about stuff not fitting on one wire, right? The groundwork you have to do to not... all this is just to not have problems later. Like, I could have built the next floor of this factory making computers off this quick wire, like hooked up to that quick wire box, and not thought about it for hours. But then we'd have run out of quick wire and I'd been like, shit, now we don't have more computers, so we don't have more things that the computers are made out of. And it just spirals like that. So if we go off it like that, that only gives us... How do we make it so this automatically... connects to a level 2 power pole? You can't. It can't be done. Which is a shame. It might actually be able to be done, but if it is, I don't know how. Nice. That's all these things hooked up. And producing, right? Yes. Very good. They managed to optimize it by making the conveyor logic work on all these CPU cores this update. Oh, that's handy. They said putting lights down was unlikely because of performance reasons. Yeah, all you've got is this. Like one flashlight. It can get quite dark. So I can see the need for lights. Yeah, the only way to do this is to feed into 2 boxes. I mean, I'm even just going to trash this. Quickwire doesn't really mean anything to us now. Just need to get this out of the way. So because we have more than 2 belts worth of quickwire, even 2 of our very fast belts, if we feed into 1 box, we can only feed out on 2 belts, which means we've bottlenecked ourselves. Do boxes have 2 inputs and 2 outputs? You can use a box as a 2-2 balancer. Yeah, you can. Or 1-2 or 2-1. They're quite handy. Can I run a stackable belt thing down here? Oh, I can. But for 2-2, the box is probably smaller. Yeah, I like them as balancers that also have storage in them as well, though. They're quite useful. Okay, so if we're going to do storage here, we're doing them like this now. We'll have 2 rows.
Hello there.
Thank you very much, Larry and Bob, for subbing for 6 months. Wow. Thank you to both of you. Okay, so... I've got not a merger, a splitter. To put a tiny little gap between these. Like that. We're gonna have so much quick wire. encroaching others' clearance, eh? Right, what I'm going to do is take the top one off of this. Like that. Put this on level 2. And this one. Like that. There we go. So that works. Now we just need to put another set of these in a little closer. Yeah, awesome. Wow. That's a lot of output. So now we have 4 balanced lines of quick wire. Which has how much on? I don't know, some amount. I remember Sean's ring factory. Yeah, that turned out to be a flawed design. That was not a good idea. So this has got 1.5 going into each side. You need more quick wire. This'll do me for a while, right? I feel like we're really doing quite well there. Thank God these machines don't output enough to overcome that one belt, or I'd have to have built a proper balancer. Oh, I don't like that. We're getting up there again with the capacity. We turn on many more manufacturers, that'll be us probably. You could weave their belts to balance in between themselves. Well, luckily they should have exactly equal inputs. What did I want to... I just wanted to see how much power this thing used. 55 when it's on. Okay. Ugh, leaving yourself space to expand is horrible. I just like having everything bunched up. Let's see how this is going over here. Look at that. It's shitting them out, it is. Ew. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. What else can we make then? So, rebar gun, not interested in that. We don't have any more hard drives. Ooh. 5 inventory slots if we get 50 high-speed connectors, which we are going to have to start making at some point. Power pole Mark III. All this stuff takes high-speed connectors, which we aren't making yet. We can make radar technology if we were making crystal oscillators. Radio control units, which I don't know what they do. Radio signal scanning. I don't know what that is either, but can you search for boxes with that? Is that something for the radio towers to actually do? It looks like it, because it looks like wreckage there, doesn't it? So we could scan for wreckage. We got black powder here. We can make a rifle and rifle cartridges, which are insanely expensive and have about 5 bullets each in and aren't reusable. And do no damage. And take forever to reload. It's the worst. The radar tower reveals the map. Yeah, I've built them before, but that's all they did, unfortunately. I think these are still building up. But if there was signal scanning, like you could search for crashes and get more hard drives that way, they'd be really useful. Well, you know, useful for something anyway. Just go shove one up there somewhere. Yeah, the same amount in each one. So what is our output here then? We're turning 240. Okay, so $1,200. A minute. We've got 1,200 quick wire a minute, I think. Okay. Cool, we can work with that. Now we need to think about what we're doing though. What are we going to use all this quick wire for? Again, we're going to need more. Concrete. Floor 60. I just want to put it down to see what it can make. So, Caterium. That uses 37 per minute. So we could like we could make infinite of these. Just wrap my knuckles on the desk there. So the limit would be plastic before it was quick wire. And they use 12.5 per minute. So let's go see how much plastic we make and can afford to give up. Because we ideally want to be using all of our plastic, don't we? Oh, it's in vehicles. I always look everywhere for it. Before it was built. Right. Just unlocked flying. So the reason I have this belt in here is because it exactly matches the production, right? Which is we're making 120. That is a Mark II. So we're making 120 plastic a minute, and could double up with the other pipeline. Which means we could make 10 of these machines, basically. Which would, I mean, not quite 10. I need to have a look at the menu. I need to see how many I need, really. Like, I don't know what. Let's have a look up here. Right, so we'd need, to keep one of these on, we'd need 26 per minute, which would be easy. We could do that with like 5. So if we just wanted 2 Caterium computers, we also need rubber as the thing for those. I'm almost leaning towards making crystal computers. We just need crystal oscillators then. How do you make those? I mean, it's only cable and reinforced iron plates. We could make crystal computers. I don't know. There's so many different choices of ways I could go with making computer things. Wow, we haven't built one train yet. That's amazing, eh? Right. I mean, any of these paths is doable, isn't it? We could do crystal computers. I think I'm definitely going to use these. And we could have 8. Without using up all of our plastic. and without denting our quick wire. Like, we'd be using a fourth of our quick wire on that, wouldn't we? Your lack of train has been of some concern. I haven't got to uranium or bauxite yet, which is the two things I anticipate needing trains for. Which means we could just belt one line out of the quick-wire boxes downstairs. And we'll be laughing. Still have the other 3/4 to play with. Gotta remember to put these in. I might not always have the jetpack or jetpack fuel. We won't be able to tell from a distance that that support pillar doesn't line up with the floor. Just put a wall around it. Sean, what? Profane Crowfoot. Look, it looks fine. You can't tell. You gotta be standing right next to it to be able to tell. This is all about the illusion of support. We know it's all just floating in space, really. The legs are just there so that our heads don't go crazy. Stick walls at that corner. See, I mean, I could just belt the belt around it, but I'm not going to. I'm too lazy. So here's an interesting engineering challenge then. Now there's one or two ways I can go with this. One way will cause everyone to shout at me, but the other way will take like 5 times as long. We need to belt the plastic across the factory. Now I either do that by just belting it to the floor and then just running it straight across, or I route it through the factory walls so that it looks nice. Let's take a vote. What should I do? I mean, you lot would have me having every single belt, the first factory wall it touches, it would just go into and be invisible. Thank you very much, Dash423, for the bits and the cute little bit gif there. Make a plastic train. I could make a little buggy on a path that just ran the plastic back and forth. So we'd be using 4 assemblers here, wouldn't we? How many of these was I considering making? 8? 8 of them. I don't think we're going to need... Well, you know, whatever. If we don't need that many, we don't need that many. It'll just fill up a box and most of them will sit idle. But we'll have the potential of more of them. Yeah, so what we need over here is 8 by... Cough, cough. We need 100 plastic. We're making more than 100 plastic. Small plastic train is the perfect way. I'm not running a train under the factory to run 100 plastic back and forth. It's so wasteful. Small train though. I actually haven't unlocked trains yet. What if we do it lazy just to get it done? But I promise you all that I will fix it. Once it's been proven that this will work, then I will fix the belt at a later date. We all agreed? We're all agreed. I heard that we're all agreed. Is it possible to unload the factory carts? They can hold stuff in their inventory and you can pre-program them. But that's ludicrous. I'm no fool, I remember. So this is just a temporary belt to prove it works and will be fixed in future. Just replace all belts with tiny carts running around. I don't think they can be automatically unloaded is the thing. Okay, so now instead of voiding all of our plastic, we can instead and then if we ever need to, we can just come back and swap that over to go back into there, can't we? Is this still going? Yeah. Well, we've got enough of these to last for as long as we like. So I'll just leave that there for now. 20 hours later, I believe this belt... I mean, you know, the chances of me forgetting exactly what the belt does in, like, you know, a couple of hours is likely. Running these belts everywhere is really eating into my supply of this. Need to increase steel production so we can get more of them. There we go. Plastic. Vibrating plastic. I wonder if there's a better layout than my stacked splitters. I like them. They're in the wrong place though. Speed factory. Ugh. I like making a hole in the ground and then you can sort of semi-block the hole off by doing this. Like that. It still leaves a little connecty hole in the floor for the wire to go through. There we go. All on. So these are outputting 8.8 per minute. I just need to do the merges now. They aren't eating all of the plastic though, which means the plastic is going to back up. And then the factory will shut down. Any more iron plates? Aw, we can't use level 1 belts the whole way around. can on each side, luckily. No, you don't. Alright, let's go and grab some iron plates. The factory's kind of circled around to the other side of the middle bit, which is quite good. I like that. So far, we've had a minimum of just belting stuff in weird directions. Like, I think the plastic's the only one that's just going across the factory in an odd way, you know. So no one's allowed to be mad at me, because I got lazy and did one. Alright. Now we need some storage for these. Let's make way too much storage for these, given that they're using our plastic up. Oh, shit. Which is what we want to happen. It's facing in the wrong direction. I heard that you can snap them onto the edge on the end now. Oh, fuck. This is probably too much storage. It's like deep storage for this one particular thing. But, you know, whatever. How did I fuck this up like 3 times? What is going on? There we go. Nice. I hated history in school. It was transparently myopic in that. Yeah, it's so bad. They teach it very poorly. I remember a lot of very neutrally phrased, here is what the British Empire did, without any sort of, was it a good thing that it did that? It was just treated as like a neutral sort of. Well, I guess that's what. Guess that's what they did. Right. So we have circuit boards. What else do we need? Gotta make it at nice angles, right? I'm setting up a buffer for the plastic just to give us some extra time. Since now plastic production and consumption is just tied to how long the factory stays on for. God damn, that ain't good. It's backing up so fast. $12.5 a minute, are you sure? I guess it's just emptying out the other... Yeah. There's more storage on the other side, so it's just emptying out that into this. Okay, good. Makes sense. Oh no, look at that. Well, that needs to be fixed. Even though it affects nothing. There we go. Just looks more factory-like when it's nice like that. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Looks like that we've cleared out the storage on the other side. It's funny in that I want less plastic. Right, so now this box should fill up, but very slowly. Shred Ravane Crowfoot's message and had a little giggle. I think the way I'll do this is just set up anywhere I need plastic. I'm just going to set up plastic. I mean, really, the thing to do would be build a big off-site power plant that is not tied to plastic production, using just straight fuel instead of residual fuel. I mean, which we're going to have to do next anyway, because we switch any more machines on and the whole thing shuts down. That'll be a task for next time. So, if we want Caterium computers, all we would need is rubber. Which would be easy to do. Because we are making those, and we have more than enough over here. So, actually, we'd have enough to have 2 of these on at the same time. And still save up circuit boards. We just need to pipe the rubber across. The only problem, of course, is that we're not actually making rubber right now. It's just a slight problem. But I think I like the Caterium computers. Then high-speed connectors are easy to make as well. So that's just cable, and then we've got everything else over here. It's that, or we make crystal oscillators. But that seems like a bit of a pain. I feel like making Caterium computers. Alright, so we're using 8 by 12.5. So we're using 100 plastic. How much rubber would we be making? Okay, so we need 90 rubber. I mean, I think what we're going to have to do here is expand our oil production. What I really need is another oil platform. Because we're only using one of these pipes. This one's just sitting still, not doing anything. I mean, building another layer on this would mean... crap. Like, I guess I could do that, but it would involve piping up very high. When I really should just build out this way, move the pipes back, put another thing in. I don't know. It's too much to deal with. I don't want this to make... Let's flick it off for a sec. Oh, hang on, that one's making fuel. We don't want to switch that one off. Alright, so this one makes... So if we had it make rubber, it makes 20. So yeah, we'd need... If we were going to use rubber for the computers... we need another oil platform. Is there space underneath? There isn't. I tried that. Although I feel like taking a little break from this game to be perfectly honest. I've kind of played a lot of it lately. We're at the point now where putting in another oil platform just seems like too much for me. Alright, so this should fill up at the rate of 20 or slightly less than 20 per minute. Which is, gives us a lot of time. Owl looms in the distance. Yeah, I just can't be bothered putting in another oil platform is the thing. That would be next. Oil platform, have it make rubber. Then the thing is we'd have to connect up the output pipe to more fuel manufacturers and then have those be burnt off by generators or processed into some sort of storable resin or other thing just to stop it going off. Dealing with the output of the factories is a bit tough. I wish you could void liquid in the coupon machine. That would make it easier. But then, once we had the rubber, we could make 2 of these, which would be 3.8 times 2 computers a minute, which is a lot of computers. Please let us see you get spanked by Owl before you log off for the day. Oh, I can't be bothered setting the PS4 up. And I've been going for 2 hours, 40 minutes. I think I'll stop here. I've got some writing to do. There's too many jobs that need doing in this factory now. Hooking up the extra nodes. What I need to do is build an extra little platform to smelt iron on before processing it into steel, because we can get an extra 33% out of the iron that way. Oh well. We're going to have a lot of circuit boards. Outsource the jobs to poor countries. Not poor countries, but I wish I had some smart friends who I could be like, do you want to come on my Satisfactory server and hook up all the iron nodes to the thing? It'll be fun. I mean, they get us quite a lot of coupon points, those things. If we store up a load of them, we can just void them if we need coupons. Have you done any of the man things? There's still some stuff I need to unlock. I don't care about that gun, but I want to get supercomputer. Just so I can see how many things we're going to actually need. But I'm not handcrafting or buying AI limiters or high-speed connectors. So I want to know how many computers a supercomputer uses to make. It'd probably be better for me to go find them more. I mean, really what I should go for here, now that we can. Where is it? is the radar scanning, right? Like, all we need to get there is crystal oscillators online. Then we can get radar towers and do radio signal scanning, which I'm going to choose to believe will allow me to locate crashes. Yes. Saying all this though, there is a lot to do, but equally, we're not that far off sort of being done. I don't mean done. But once we've got computers and supercomputers, then the only other thing that you can make is radio control units, and I don't even know what they do. What we do need, however, this is the one thing I'll do before I go. Right. Let's do some mathematics on this. Right, so we need 500 of these, which are made out of, it's 2 to 1, so that will be 1,000 smart plating we need, right? And then these, I'm not too worried about these actually. They will be really quick to produce. But we do need 1,000 smart plating. We know that. I mean, once we've got computers on the go, we only need 100 adaptive control units. So I'm going to worry about these for the time being. So what we will need is 1,000 smart plates to create those 500. So what we should do while we're doing other stuff in the factory is set up production of that. If we need 1,000 smart plates, then we need 1,000 reinforced iron plates and 1,000 rotors. Where can we put this? No, crap. Just somewhere out the way. Like here, you know. I need rods. I always think of rods when I say I need rods. So this doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to work. So since it's 2 goes to 2, we just need 1,000 rotors and 1,000 reinforced iron plates. That's like super easy. I need pipes. Why don't I just have what I need here? Make me cry. Damn. We're not running out of pipes, are we? I mean, we're gonna be. Once we start making this stuff. Alright, so rotors, which we have 2 boxes of over here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we just need the 1,000 smart plates, don't we? Reinforced iron plates, I mean, not smart plates, that's what we're making. 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that should be exactly enough to make 1,000 of those, which once we've got them, we can make into the next part. They just make 2 a minute, which means it would take 250 minutes for 2 of them to make 1,000. I can't overclock them. I mean, honestly, this is going to trip the factory. Given that we just cleared out a bunch of boxes, which means a whole bunch of machines are going to come on. We definitely couldn't overclock these, so we'd be pushing it. We couldn't turn on any other machines either. The factory's very busy right now. What do you need for trains? Hey, we're only 10 computers off just getting trains. But today I'm more excited about factory efficiency. Yeah, okay, so the next build can't be anything except power. It's pretty much gotta be power. Go and build a big oil station on that other patch of oil. I'd be very surprised if this lasted. Need to put legs on that platform as well. See how much worse that one looks than these? Just because of the legs. Not only are we like really pushing it with the power anyway. I mean, look at that. Like over 90% on the power usage. Ugh. There's a ticking time bomb in that we're not using up plastic quickly enough. So once that backs up, we're fucked. Is there nuclear in this game? Yes, there is. It's like the next power thing. One thing, though, I haven't seen geothermal anywhere yet. That must be in the next levels, then. It feels like it should be here, really. The bait was hilarious. It sounds hilarious. I can't watch any of it. Those things give me such bad, like, second-hand anxiety. It's tier 7. You think they'd be nice and give you geothermal earlier than oil? Because that's not expandable. There's no good way to put this. I just don't want the line clipping through stuff. Ugh, look at that. You know what though? If we had a taller power pole, it wouldn't matter at all. There we go. Just don't like the power line clipping, that's all. It was fun to see Bloomberg destroy himself. Yeah. I imagine it was. I'm not a Bloomberg fan. I find the idea of a billionaire even running for political office to be disgusting. Or existing to be disgusting. And liberal support of them. Well, they earn their money legally. Oh, God. Even Biden partook in dunking on Bloomberg. Oh, God. What is he doing? Think of all the good you could do with the money that Bloomberg is just flushing down the toilet right now. It's utterly disgusting. It's obvious they never had to live in the real world. Yeah, well, it must be like that for, you know, an ultra-rich narcissist, where you just end up surrounded by yes men, I imagine, who just tell you whatever you want to hear. So if you're like, can I run for president? They're like, sure thing, boss. Like, has anyone ever sat him down and been like, look, everyone hates you. You're an unlikable dipshit. No one likes billionaires. You get, like, envy from bootlickers who want to be you, but no genuine appreciation from anyone. It's gonna... I mean, what is gonna happen is the wealth needs rebalancing, and it will happen, regardless of what billionaires try to do to stop it. It's either give it up of your own accord, or you don't give it up of your own accord, but it still gets taken off you. And those are the only two possible future scenarios. And I know what I'd do. Anyway, one other little aesthetic thing we need to do is put walls on all of the factories so that we're not looking at a bunch of moving belts and machines. It's probably easier on the old computer. Yeah. But, again, problem for another day. I'm probably going to take a little break playing this game because I can't face setting up oil or another power station just yet. So probably a little break with this. Maybe on Friday I'll play Sekiro. Get my ass kicked by Owl again. Sounds funny. Alright, thanks for tuning in for another little midday stream. Exit to desktop, see if anyone's online. Thanks for all the support as always. There is someone who I follow online, so I'm going to rate them. There we go. Alright. Thanks a lot, folks. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. Bye.